A brand new card series and MLB The Show just dropped. I've been asking for something like this for a while. We have the new Threads card series. There's a program, there's a collection, there's a Diamond Quest map, there's a pack in the shop. We're going to go over everything today. In the comment section, let me know how you feel about this. Are you excited for any players in specific? Let me know. I'm going to turn the cam off just so we can see everything, all the attributes, stuff like that. I want to go ahead and start with the program. So we go to the programs, we can see new threads go all the way up to a Max Scherzer. There's going to be XP, stubs, packs, things like that along the way. But 2000 XP, a pack, some stubs. Our first card is going to be a gold in the program. An 83 overall, Jesus Luzardo. Not going to spend a ton of time on every single card, especially the golds, just because there is a lot of new cards to go over today. But we can see his velo on the top right, nice pitch mix. The control on each of his pitches, the break on each of his pitches, not looking too bad for Jesus Luzardo. We should probably be seeing more of these cards if players get traded in the year, if there's the trade deadline, stuff like that. So I like that this is a new card series, but you keep going, you get some more XP, packs, stubs, and then there's a Michael Conforto. Dodgers' new left fielder, also plays right field though. He's really good versus lefties. So he's kind of got reverse splits, I guess, a little bit, but 93 contact, 98 power for Conforto versus lefties. A good arm out there in the outfield. A road warrior and a day player for Conforto. Some XP. There's actually a lot of XP in here. You'll notice there's actually quite a bit of XP in this new Threads program. People always asking me how to get XP. Just play the game. I feel like that's honestly the simplest way. But we got Jorge Soler. Angels card. I'm probably never going to use this card in the outfield. I feel like he would only be a DH for me. 91 contact versus lefties, 85 and 90 for the power numbers, 73 vision, but 53 fielding, 51 reaction, 53 speed. I'm not planning on using this card in the outfield ever. If I do, he'll be a designated hitter for me for sure. Some more XP, again, a lot of XP along the way. They do have a Pipeline Deluxe pack. I'm hoping the prices of some of these cards continues to go down even more because I want to get that collection. I want to get Roki Sasaki. We have Gleyber Torres, though. 86 overall, new Thread series, second baseman. He has really good contact numbers for an 86 overall, 65 power versus righties, 91 versus lefties. The arm is not great in terms of strength, but you don't really need that at second base. 67 fielding, 50 speed. Gleyber Torres, one of the new diamonds in this program. I love that dead red quirk. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited that they continue to give us the packs in the program. We'll go ahead and check out the pack in the pack shop a little bit, but you can see some of the cards available in here. A lot of cards available in the new Threads pack. So we're going to get to that once we get to the pack shop here in a little bit, go over some of these guys. Shout out to Paul Goldschmidt among some others. But at the end of the program, 15,000 XP and 88 overall Max Scherzer. And I'm going to be honest, the velo, the control, and the homers per 9 scare me, but 90 hits per 9, 4-seam slider, slurve, circle change, and a cutter. We see the velo up in the top right, the control in the top right for each of the pitches, and then the break for each of the pitches. Max down on that circle change. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like changeups are a little bit more viable this year compared to other years. So that's going to be the new Threads program, the cards, the rewards. Let's see how you earn progress. I think they said there's 17 moments maybe. There's a lot of moments. Strike out a batter, 2 hits, 1 extra base hits, 1 hit with 2 RBIs, 1 inning with 2 strikeouts, get on base 3 times with Tyler O'Neill, a homer with Gary Sanchez, 2 innings without giving up 5 runs, 2 hits and an extra base hit with Goldie, a perfect inning with Verlander, save a game with Kenley Jansen, homer with Belly, a grand slam, Corbin Burns, 2 innings with 2 strikeouts, Christian Walker, 3 hits I should say, 2 extra base hits with Bregman, save a game with Chapman. Oh my God, y'all, I'm scared of this Chapman. I'll show you that in a little bit. But Santander hit a homer with him. So we got a lot of moments to do. I think they said this will get you up to the Soler in the program. If you do all the moments, I think they said you get to 60 points. They have program PXP using the new Threads cards. So keep that in mind. They're specific with the new Threads series. 1,000, 1,750, 2,500, but also then 350 with the diamonds. And then the pitcher has 500 for the gold there. But that's the program PXP. They also have optional PXP. And notice how it doesn't say new Threads. Notice how for this, You can use any version of the card. You could use Live Series Juan Soto, Live Series Kyle Tucker. If there's other versions, Garrett Crochet, I'm pretty sure there's a diamond version of him. So you can use any version of these players that you see right here, okay? It doesn't have to be a new Threads card. It can be any card for that player, and you can do the mission. Again, these are optional, but 5 points apiece. Live Series Juan Soto. You could use the, I don't remember what series, Pipeline, whatever that Crochet card is. I don't remember what it is, but you can use any version of the card, so that's huge for those optional PXP mission. We'll go ahead and check out the pack players here in just a little bit, but I want to go to the collection. We have a new Threads series collection. Collect 28 for a diamond Anthony Santander, but let's go ahead and check out the collect 10. Collect 10 of these new Threads cards, and you're going to go ahead and get an 88 overall Alex Bregman. He plays third base, a second base secondary. Definitely better contact versus righties. Slightly better power versus lefties for him. 85 fielding, 82 reaction. Not the best arm at third base, but he does also play second base. 50 speed for him, unfazed. My favorite quirk in the game. I love having hitting be better with 2 strikes. Really nice to have that, but that's the collect 10 card. And one of the cards I'm most scared of today. Collect 20 new Threads cards, and you get yourself an 88 overall Aroldis Chapman. I feel like I've been struggling to hit his Live Series card, and here he is with an 88 overall diamond. 105 hits per 9, 118 strikeouts per 9. The walks per 9 and the control's a little bit scary, but he does have 99 velo, 99 break, 4-seam sinker, slider, splitter. We see those up in the top right. The velocity, we see the control, obviously not amazing, but the break maxed out on his slider. He's got a good hits per 9. He's obviously got good velocity. No outlier. I was a little bit surprised to see no outlier on the 4-seam fastball. He does have it on the sinker, but no outlier on the 4-seam fastball for Aroldis Chapman. But he does have it on that sinker. That's the second collection card. And then collect 28 new Threads cards. There's going to be a Santander. I believe they said there's going to be a new Threads voucher for that collection on April 25th. So keep that in mind. But Anthony Santander, I know a lot of y'all love his Live Series card this year. Here's an 89 overall version of him, 80 and 72 for the contact numbers, 105 and 106 on the power numbers for Santander. 75 vision, he's got 70 fielding, 43 speed. He plays left, right, and first base, 63 reaction. I'm excited to use this. I'm a big fan of Santander cards. I might swap out Ohtani for my DH a little bit, get Santander in there, the switch hitters, so that's going to be the new Threads collection. So we have the program, we have the collection. We also have a Diamond Quest map and a pack today. I guess let's go ahead and just check out that Diamond Quest real quick. We can see some cards in here. 4 new Threads diamonds in the Diamond Quest map. So we got 4 maps now. First, second, third, and then number 4. 86 Jason Hayward, Jake Berger, Willy Adames, and Walker Buehler. So for Jason Hayward, he's going to be 86 overall again. These are the 4 diamonds from the Diamond Quest map. We have Jason Hayward for the Padres. Definitely better versus righties. Solid fielding. We know 49 speed for him. Plays all the outfield positions. But 84 contact versus righties. 95 power versus righties. Not too bad. Lefties, he definitely struggles a bit. He does excel at pinch hitting in case you want him off the bench versus righties. That's going to be Jason Hayward. Next up, we're going to have the Rangers, Jake Berger. So let's go ahead and check him out. First base, primary, third base, secondary. Shout out to the Berger. 80 contact versus righties, only 61 versus lefties, but 91 and 95 for the power numbers. I love Jake Berger's swing in the MLB The Show game, so that's real nice. Not the best fielding reaction, but you don't really need that at first, but it makes me scared if anybody ever puts him at third base. I would question their decision making, but those are going to be the first 2 cards. I think the Adames and the Buehler are going to be a little bit higher overall, so let's go ahead and check out their attributes. We can see 88 overalls for these. Again, these 4 are from Diamond Quest. 85 contact for Willy Adames versus righties, 93 power versus righties, but only 60 and 65 for the contact and power versus lefties. A little bit scary if you want to use them against left-handed pitching. But 85 fielding is great. 83 reactions great. The arm accuracy is not, but the arm strength is good at shortstop. 56 speed for Willy Adames. He's got a pretty solid swing in the show. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using him over Corey Seager, Lindor, anybody like that. Bobby Witt, who knows? But there's Willy Adames. And then the final card from the Diamond Quest map is the Red Sox, Walker Buehler. I think I'd rather have him compared to that Max Scherzer. I know the hits per nine is at 80, but he's kind of more well-rounded. 81 control, 98 velo, 99 break. The pitch mix isn't bad. Four-seam cutter, 12-6 curve, sinker, and a sweeper up in the top right. You see the velo. You see the control maxed down on that cutter. And then the pitch break maxed on the cutter and that 12-6 curve, but no quirks for Walker Buehler. And I believe, unless I'm missing something, the last place for us to get some new Threads cards today, again, we got a lot of them, but the last place is going to be in the shop. You have a deluxe pack, a premier pack, and an ultra pack. 5 cards, 3 cards, 1 card, guarantees a diamond. The premier pack has 1 in 2 odds for a diamond, and then the deluxe pack is 1 in 5. But let's just go ahead and check out the cards in here. We'll start with the golds. Going to spend the least amount of time on these. Isaac Paredes, third base, also plays first and second. Better versus lefties, 105 contact, 85 power versus left-handed pitching, plus some quirks, including unfazed for this 84 gold Isaac Paredes right here. But we got a lot of cards in this pack. Max Kepler, the lefty left fielder, also plays right field. 65 and 70 power, 96 contact for him versus lefties. If y'all want to see any of these cards, feel free to pause it on any of these attributes you want a better look. Look at Kyle Higashioka, though, at catcher. This might be a BR goon. I could see myself really loving Kyle Higashioka and BR for a gold. 98 and 118 power versus lefties is actually kind of nasty, so I could definitely see myself using him in BR. Gavin Lux, shout out to Wisconsin. He's got 100 contact versus righties with 80 power. Not so great versus lefties for the gold. Second baseman, no quirks for Gavin Lux. A lot of golds, though, in this pack, man. A lot of new cards in this pack, including Nathaniel Lau. I'm a big fan of his swing. 88 fielding, 82 reaction, 95 contact versus lefties, though. A little bit weird for the left-handed hitter, but hey, there's a gold in the pack. New Threads. I'm excited to see later on around the trade deadline if we get some cards from this series. Ryan Presley, the 84 closing pitcher. I like the pitch mix. Honestly, for an 84 goal, this is not looking too bad, but four-seam slider, slurve, circle change, and a sinker for Ryan Presley. The control in the top right's actually looking solid, and the break is maxed out on that slurve, and he's a night player for Ryan Presley. How many golds are there? Hobie Milner. I love you, Hobie. I love using Hobie Milner cards. This is only a gold, but sweeper, sinker, four-seam, and a circle change. Max break, 103 walks per nine should be really good for that control. 57 velo, but he's got a funky motion. We see the velo on the top right. The control, disgusting for Hobie. That's going to be what carries me with Hobie Milner is that control. He might be a new lefty. Max break on the sweeper, 96 on the four-seamer. I might have found one of my new lefty relievers. Luis Severino for the Athletics gets a starting pitcher card. Four-seam, sinker, sweeper, cutter, circle change. We see the velo on the top rights, as well as the control and the pitch break for Severino. Pickoff artist. And we should be getting close to the end. There's a lot of golds, but we should be getting pretty close to the end of these gold cards, I would think. I could be wrong, but I got to think that's a lot so far. Jerks and Profar, switch hitter, 92 contact with 79 power versus lefties. The 100 clutch is going to be nice versus righties. Left field and first base with 60 fielding, 55 reaction, 47 speed. And he's got my 3 favorite quirks. Unfazed, dead red, breaking ball hitter. This might be a nasty BR card too. I'm liking these golds, especially in terms of Battle Royale for myself. Clay Holmes, the starting pitcher card. Sinker, slider, sweeper, circle change, and a cutter. The velo on the top rights. Control in the top right, looking solid for a gold. The break is maxed out on 3 of his 5 pitches. Kind of nasty for an 84 overall gold. Hye-Seong Kim for the Dodgers. Second base, also plays shorts. Look at that fielding. 90 fielding, 87 reaction, a solid arm, 85 speed. A zesty jalapeno. Just got Paul Goldschmidt from an ultra pack. 38 power versus lefties for this dude. And we're done with the golds. Now it's on to the diamond players. Speaking of diamonds, how about a diamond Tyler O'Neill? Kind of crazy to me that Tyler O'Neill's only got 63 speed nowadays. 62 reaction, 66 fielding. I've always felt like he's a better fielder than that, but this card is insane versus lefties. The 38 vision is scary. 100% it is, but 105 contact versus lefties. Max power versus lefties for an 86 is really not too bad. First pitch hitter, I think they said Tyler O'Neill has homered in 5 straight opening days, so maybe he'll make it 6 this year. And then we got Gary Sanchez, a catcher. 104 power for him versus lefties. I like Gary Sanchez's swing. 96 arm strength, should be pretty good at catcher, but he doesn't have pop time or anything like that. Staying along with the 86s. I'm scared. I feel like I've been struggling against Tanner Scott's live series card. Now he's got an 86 diamond, 110 hits per 9, 121 pitching clutch. You see the velo on the top right, four-seam slider, circle change. The control maxed down on 2 of them, but only 54 on that circle change. And then same thing with the pitch break, maxed down on 2 of them, only 35. So the changeup doesn't seem like it's going to be amazing for this Tanner Scott's. 86s are not going to be the highest in this pack, but we do have another 86 Max Fried, 93 stamina, four-seam curve, sinker, circle change, and a sweeper. The velo on the top right, control looking solid, and then the pitch break maxed down on that curveball and the sweeper for this Max Fried, who does have breakout liar. That's always nice to see for a starting pitcher. We should be getting close to the 88s, but first, let's go over this 86 Paul Goldschmidt. Could you imagine if the Cardinals had somebody like Paul Goldschmidt on their team? That'd be wild. But he's got 104 contact versus lefties, 78-75 for the power numbers, 77 fielding, 43 speed. We got Paul Goldschmidt, all-time Cardinals team, maybe, who knows. Justin Verlander, new Giants starting pitcher card, four-seam 12-6 slider and a circle change. I feel like the 86 starting pitchers, just kind of well-rounded, I guess. Nothing stands out a ton, but in the top right, we see that control. We see the pitch break looking pretty good for Verlander, and I'm surprised to see that he doesn't have any quirks on his card. At 42 years old, I really would have expected him to have some quirks, but that's going to be it for the 86s. Now for the rare round of the pack, the highest overalls, I guess we should say. It's not really a round, but Kenley Jansen, a switch hitter, cutter, slider, and a two-seam fastball for Kenley. 111 hits per 9, 99 break, 97 pitching clutch is a little bit sad with that 111 hits per 9, but 93 control, 85 velo. You see the velo on the top right. The control maxed down on 2 of his pitches, though. And then the pitch break maxed down on the cutter, 95 slider, only 71 for the two-seamer. He's got a couple quirks, but not a ton for Kenley Jansen. Then we got Christian Walker for the Astros, first baseman. Only 74 contact versus righties, but 90 versus lefties. 95 power versus righties, 65 versus lefties, with 96 fielding. I know he's a first baseman, 93 reaction, but he's probably not going to let anything by at first base. He's got bad ball hitter. That's going to be that Christian Walker. And we got Corbin Burns. My Corbinites, Krypton Burns. 95 stamina, 81 hits per 9 with max velo and break. I like the pitch mix in the top right. Cutter, curveball, slider, circle change, and a sinker. The velo there in the top right. The control looking solid. Maxed out though on the cutter, which is nice for his primary pitch. And then the slider has maxed out break. I'm definitely scared to face this Corbin Burns, who does have breakout liar. And the final card in the pack, 88 overall Cody Bellinger. I was definitely slightly disappointed when I saw this card at first, just because I always expect Cody Bellinger to have a little bit more power. But 75 contact versus righties with 102 versus lefties is not bad. 72 and 65, still okay. He's still going to hit some bombs, but definitely not a power hitter that we've seen sometimes from previous belly cards. But 78 fielding, 79 reaction, a strong arm for the primary center fielder with 73 speed. He does have a few quirks. And unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's all of the new cards today. We went over the new Diamond Quest map, the program, the collection, and we went over the pack. A lot of new thread stuff to do. They don't have it. They do have it on the calendar. Something to look forward to up in the top right is, for the first time in MLB The Show history, we have a double parallel XP weekend. That's starting tomorrow, it sounds like, with opening day, probably around noon Pacific, just like the normal content drops like you see on kind of the bottom right of the calendar right there. But some new threads. I'm super interested to hear y'all's thoughts on these down in the comment section. What players are you most excited for? For me, Santander Chapman, Corbin Burns. Those are like the 3 guys I really want on my team. Can't wait to see your thoughts in the comment section. Feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for daily MLB The Show 25 videos. And hopefully I'll try to get through this program fast, have that video up, and then hopefully start getting some debuts with these players. But thank you as always for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you in more daily MLB 25 videos, and then the MLB The Show 25 streams, Twin Gaming TV on Twitch.